What should you do with your resume if you've had multiple short-term positions, you've been a temp or maybe a freelancer, a consultant or contractor? Most people are worried about this because they think an employer will worry that you are a job hopper, you're not going to be committed or loyal to their organization. So the first thing to mention is this is not as big of a deal as it used to be maybe 5 or 10 years ago, because the economy has changed so much and there's been such a shift that there's been a lot of really talented people who just didn't find permanent long-term work, and so they've had multiple short-term jobs or did contract work. So don't be terribly worried if this is your situation, but there are things that you can do to fix your resume to emphasize your long-term commitment to things and to kind of de-emphasize the dates if the dates are a concern. So the first thing that you can do is to just use a little formatting. Take your dates of employment and put them on the right-hand side of the resume, and don't use bold for your dates, because when you put anything in bold, it jumps off the page and grabs too much attention. So, reserve your bold for something very important, your job title, maybe name of employer, something like that. You can also kind of merge a bunch of different short-term positions into one if those jobs are very similar. So for example, temporary administrative assistant, a variety of companies in the finance industry, or freelance graphic designer, a variety of companies in the fashion industry. And then you have bullet points, because if those jobs are very similar, you're going to have a lot of redundant bullet points. So you can kind of merge them together. Maybe one of the bullet points would be the list of actual employers that you worked with when you were doing all these different freelance or short-term jobs. A third idea would be to use somewhat of a hybrid version of your resume, where you would emphasize your skills and your experience, but not so much the actual dates of employment. You can have your work experience there, but you have either a summary or a profile section, which basically just sums up your top skills that would be of interest to your target employer or your target job. And then maybe a list of your top favorite skills, top achievements, and then you get into your employment section, but don't get into too many details with the dates and so on. And that just kind of, it's not exactly what they used to call a functional format. You still have your dates of employment and all your employment history, but you're basically just getting some of the attention away from all the different employers and focusing on your achievements and skills. One last thing is, in your cover letter, you might mention maybe at the end that after some time working as a contractor or doing freelance work, you have decided that you're very excited and interested to commit yourself to a full-time opportunity at this particular organization. And just that might also help alleviate any worries or concerns on the part of the employer that you're going to be trying to move around too much. So that's just a few of the suggestions of how to fix your resume when you've had multiple different positions in a shorter period of time.